So Super Mario All-Stars came out in Japan September 13th, 1985, and it came out in North America February 1986. Wait, that can't be right. What? Did this not update? Came out in Japan. Okay, I don't know what that was. That must have been last week's number. This came out in Japan July of 1993 and North America August of 1993. That makes more sense. And it was released 4 days after the Super Mario Brothers movie. So there were actually promotions that they did in Japan, which you can watch the commercial on YouTube, where there's it's like a red carpet movie premiere.
That's what that's from?
Yeah, but it's for the game Super Mario All-Stars. And one thing that I thought was interesting from my research that I did is in Japan, this originally retailed for what would convert to $90 American money. So, like, an expensive cart. Like, so I don't even know what that would have been in Australian money, Momo.
If I remembered, it would have been. I think it would have been anywhere between at least it could have been anywhere between $100 back then, maybe.
Yeah, and obviously they're getting 4 games. So
yeah. If you just guys keep talking, excuse me, I've got a phone call from work. I'll be back in a few secs. Sorry.
Man, this is the distraction episode. I'm choking. You're getting phone calls. What's Sean gonna leave with? But, okay. Anyway, one thing I noted is I remember being kind of like amazed that Nintendo was willing to make a game like this. Like, even at this young age,
really?
Even at this young age, I realized that they were losing out on potential sales of individually selling, like putting these games on Super Nintendo. And I think today's Nintendo would have done it that way. Like, they would have re-released each game individually on the Super Nintendo as like an HD, well, it wouldn't have been called HD, but you know what I mean, like a 16-bit remake. Yeah. I mean, I know they still do collections today, but let's be honest, they sold Pikmin and Pikmin 2 separately when they didn't have to. They're still doing the individual game thing as well.
Well, they re-released this as a special thing on Wii.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's a thing to try and track down too, and literally.
No, actually, that's one of the ones that is like
that's easier.
Notoriously, like makes fun of those people because they re-released it. So people like hoarded it on its initial release, thinking it was going to be this like valuable collectible, and then when the supply ran out, Nintendo re-released it. So the people who were trying to scalp it, like not everyone was able to, but. Yeah. Did you remember if you noticed the graphical differences back in the day? Because I'll be honest, that's another memory I have about All-Stars is I didn't. And it really shows how much you just accept things as a kid. Because I remember when I played it on the Nintendo Wii, that's when it jumped out at me for the first time how much of a facelift the NES games got.
No, I noticed it from the beginning playing it when we had it.
Oh, well, who has the better eyesight now?
That's fair. Because this 93 would have been when we get the Super Nintendo, so I think the original 3 games we had were All-Stars, Mario World, and Kart.
Wait, did we have that eyesight conversation on the podcast? I think... I don't think the listeners are going to get the reference I just made. I think we did that before we recorded, but whatever.
But no, I definitely noticed, and then I didn't think Lost Levels was a game. I thought it was just leftover levels they put together.
Yep, me too.
And I don't know, like, I didn't like Lost Levels as a kid, because I'm like, alright, well, why would you make a mushroom that kills you? Like, that's stupid. And I guess now maybe because I like harder games, I'd appreciate it more. But yeah, I definitely noticed the difference in the graphics, and it was just, I mean, for the time, it was just really cool to have a game that had 4 games on it.
Yeah,
like that was such a weird thing.
And then eventually 5.
Oh yeah, because they re-released it with Mario World.
Yeah. Which is crazy that it all fit on the one cartridge, because Mario World was supposed to like be the showcase of what the Super Nintendo was capable of. And then it's
Which
like,
is
hey,
funny because with the Switch now it's, we'll put some of it on the cartridge. You have to download the rest. I'm
Yep.
like, you guys used to be all about the cartridge.
and I gotta say, as far as all the games go, I think this is the definitive way to play almost all of them. Like, maybe I could see the argument for Super Mario Brothers 3, playing the original
I was
NES
gonna say,
version.
it's not the definitive 3.
But
like NES is the definitive 3, but yeah, the others, okay, I'll give that to you.
they even changed some stuff. Like, did you know they gave like a little cutscene at the end when you finally save Princess Toadstool for Super Mario Brothers for the first game?
I thought that was always there.
No,
I didn't.
they couldn't do that on the NES. That little like circle, like, I don't know, but yeah, they added that.
I did not know that. So
Also, these games finally have a save feature, which by itself kind of makes them the preferred way to play. I mean, now if you're playing them on Switch Online, that's kind of a moot point because you get save states. But
yeah, but at the time, I mean, that was huge.
yeah, even the Game Boy Color versions didn't have a save feature, which we reviewed the color versions before too, and it's crazy. While we're on the subject of save features, by the way, doing research for this review, I saw a lot of people online complaining that the save feature of this only saves your progress up to the level you left off on, and it doesn't like literally plop you back like right where you were standing. These Mario levels
that wasn't
are like
a thing you could even do then. First
like,
of all,
my argument is these Mario levels, they take like 3 minutes to finish the whole level. How much like backtracking are you claiming you even lost here? Like, they might be they might be like complainers. I'm never going to understand them, is what I'm trying to say. Like, this might be a divide among age groups, because I feel like people who grew up with the originals and had to start all the way back at World 1-1 when they get a game over appreciate what Nintendo did here. And like anyone born in modern gaming, where you can just pick up right where you left off every time you turn a game on, they're going to notice that difference more than we are. And I don't know. At this point, this complaint, like I said, it's moot because on the Switch Online, you have save states. So the kids win again, I guess.
yeah, All Stars has like, welcome back, Momo. It's got like my favorite menu title, where like it's in the dark and then there's the clapping and then everything comes on and everyone's waving. And it's like, even
classic.
Bowser's here with us. So I like all of that stuff, but yeah, I think it was the first time as a kid where I kind of noticed like you could remake a game and improve upon it, because I definitely feel like, because what did we pull, the original Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah.
So that game, it's night and day almost when you're playing the All-Stars version. It's so much brighter. Like, the fact it has all the Super Mario World looking sprites for the most part.
Uh-huh.
Like, everything about it is just, I don't know, better.
I saw a cool piece of oh, sorry, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
Well, and I feel like I learned that game through that version better. Like, finding the secrets and stuff. Like, stuff
Because you could
just
save your progress.
Well, you could save your progress, but like the game itself clicked with me better for some reason. So, yeah, I would say those first two, that's the definitive versions of them.
I saw something online that I hadn't seen before about this when I was reading for it, and apparently this entire project got started because all the way back when they were developing the Super Nintendo, how they went about creating Super Mario World was they basically made a 16-bit version of Super Mario Bros. 3, not the one that's in this game, but they did it.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then they developed World from there. And then like years later, Shigeru Miyamoto remembered that and was like, well, we could remake the older Mario games. I mean, we know it works. So that's kind of where the project got started.
And it's cool because I know, like, there's that Ninja Gaiden collection on Super Nintendo that kind of gets a lot of hate because it's literally just the NES games on a cart for Super Nintendo, and they didn't do anything to them. So
Yeah, this has never been matched, in my opinion, what they did here for these games. Because pretty much every collection after this just... Like, they might remake one game in the collection, but for all the games to be remakes and for there to be 4 of them, it's crazy.
Well, I will boldly say the original All-Stars is significantly better than 3D All-Stars was, because it didn't feel lazy.
Yeah, again, that was one that just put the games in a collection together. It's like it should have been called All-Stars. It should have been called Super Mario Collection. Because All-Stars is when you do this to it, dang it.
Because it gave you that impression of, oh, well, I remember the quality and the time they put into that. And nope, they did not.
Momo, what did you think of Super Mario All-Stars growing up?
You know what? I think the game itself was such a unique concept at the time. Like having all those 4 games in one. You know, like in one cartridge you had all this in one. You know, the package deal I felt was pretty cool. And I think it was the first time I played. Was it Mario 2 for the first time? And to me, that game still feels like the most unique one on that list of things. Obviously, Mario 3 was my favorite. You know, with all the secrets and the whistles and stuff like that. I remember playing that game like ridiculously a lot when I was younger. But Mario 2, I think I never finished Mario 2 until I became an adult. I think.
Yeah, I didn't either.
But me too.
But the concept was so unique. Yeah, the concept was so unique with each character has their own ability, and it was. I think it was just them playing around with the possibility in the future. With like you can see in modern day now that the different like Mario, in most games like sport games and that Mario's the all rounder. You know,
I also think of the original 3 Mario games, that was the one that needed a save feature the most, because like the first one, obviously you've got the warp pipes, the Mario Brothers 3 you've got the whistles, but yet there are you can warp and skip worlds in Mario Brothers 2, but it's more obscure. It's like you have to put that potion on a specific jar. And it's not, I don't know, it's just a secret I never really learned. I don't know where all those locations are still to this day, but I can tell you where to get all the whistles. I can tell you where to get all the warp pipes. I know it like the back of my hand. That just, Super Mario Brothers 2, the warps weren't as well known. And it just needed a save feature more than the others did.
Yeah, and the secrets themselves were like that when you throw the little potion and it opens the door and then you open the door and everything else is all black and white. And then you can pick up, like, depending where you throw the potion, like you don't know. Like, you can use the whole level, hold that potion, and you go to a certain point, throw it, open that spare door, and you end up with, like, there's a mushroom there, or whatnot, or nothing, you know? I feel they, Mario, out of all the games, the Mario 2 was the most unique one on the thing. Because before, if I remember, until I got the collection, All-Stars, I never played Mario 2. I played the original, I actually got it just to play Mario 3, because all of them having all together, because I remember playing Mario 3 a lot. But I think Mario 2 I found was the most hardest and frustrating one out of all of them. But I enjoyed it the most because it was the most unique one. And I felt like it was a good collection, and it's funny how collections now, Mario collections now are, I mean, I think that was like the original template how they set up their collections now, type of thing. And you're right about the save states. If anyone needed like really good saving points, it would have been Mario 2 out of the 3. Out of the 4. And hey, that's my general thoughts on it straight away. It comes off the top of my head.
So, yes,
I can't remember.
Not without save states, but I've beaten it. I'm not save states. Saving your progress. But like, no, not the original way. God, no. And actually, now that I think of it, they were save states. It's just I was only saving at the beginning of each level to make it less cheaty. But I had a question. So I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna give my ranking, and that'll segue into the question. So, my thinking on how to rank this game is, so this game contains all of the other Mario games. So I basically looked at, okay, which one do I have ranked the highest, which is Super Mario World, and I ranked it right above Super Mario World, because I'm like, well, this has Super Mario World plus the other 4 games, so it's obviously better. So I put it at number 6, and then while we're on the subject, I put Super Mario Brothers on the NES at number 12, just below Mario Party 2 on my list. So I don't know which one we could talk about more. Like Super Mario Brothers, it changed video gaming, but honestly, I feel like I've played it to death at this point, but I still would rather play it than every game below number 12 on my list. And keep in mind, this is a list of like 50 games now, so that's pretty high. Yeah, so that was going to be my question, is, Sean, what is your thinking here, since you're ranking it below games that are in the collection? How can it be worse? Okay. And World. Okay. All right. So you're thinking of just like the original cut. Yeah, it's got a charm to it. Hello?
Hello? We lost him?
Oh, no, not this again.